Hey everybody. I am running a little behind this month on the Stamp It Like It's Hot, but the Stamp It Like It's Hot prompt this month is to stamp a background. So what I'm going to do is do a background on the bottom using some, I believe it was last year's Heidi Swapp's Halloween stamps. This is Haunting 23. So might actually, yeah, Haunting 23. And then this is an October stamp. And this is Haunting Captions. So a few different stamps of hers. And we're going to try to build a little bit of a spooky uh, background on the bottom of this white page that we can use for some of our Halloween pictures. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to talk you through it live. It's a little different than we usually do, but I think that'll work. I know I am going to cut this down to an 11 by 11. And in order for me not to build and then have to worry about cutting, I'm going to go ahead and do that first. So I also know that I have a picture that I'm going to put kind of on this. So what I want to do is build the scene around here. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Her particular stamp set was a kind of a haunted house building set. So we're going to work mainly with black soot and these stamps. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing you need to know is that there is a building block set in here. That's just basically, it's as if you're kind of building a house. So we're going to start by building a house using this particular block. Now, if you don't have these Heidi Swapp collection, it's not a big deal, but I just wanted to have this as an example of something to show you so you could start, see some options. I am going to start, I know I want to put a little bit of the trees and maybe the grass on the bottom and a fence. So I'm going to start, we're just going to go for it. We're going to go right here. And we're going to build, you want to kind of do it in odd numbers. I'm going to do 5 across. And then let's figure out what we're going to do from there, right? So I have a base of this, it's going 5 across. Now let's build it up. And I think you'll see where we end up going as we build these. Okay, that gets us going. I'm going to go ahead and do, I think, 3 in the middle. And now let's use some of the other pieces to embellish and kind of make this house come to life. The first thing we want to do is maybe put some sides on this house, give it a porch on one side. So she does have, and I actually picked this and it's the other side. She actually has a porch, which is kind of the stamp that makes a porch, which is awesome. Now, the one thing that Heidi talks about a lot is that you can just stamp and ink up the top part of a stamp and then use that. So I just wanted to kind of build those together. So now I have that kind of house coming together. We're going to add a few other little things on this to make the house kind of come alive. But that kind of shows you what we're doing here. Now let's decide if we want to do this up top, if we want to do something else. So let's look in what we have. I do have this really cool peaked window. I think would be great here. And wouldn't it be fun if we had another one right there? Because remember, this is a little bit of a spooky house. So we're gonna have to do something with that, but that's fine. Now what we have is this really cool kind of, I'm gonna call it a gutter. It's not really a gutter. It's a rock formation that we're gonna use to make some eaves. Up there. We're gonna go across the second level too. Look at that, that's looking cool. Now we want to put something out over here, and we do have another cool roof design here that we haven't used yet. But the problem is we only want to use part of it. So we're going to do the same thing we did before, where we're just going to ink up only part of the stamp. Now you could do this with markers and be even more precise than I'm being, but you don't have to be, right? Because this is a spooky house. It doesn't need to be specifically awesome. And then we're going to go find the porch that goes on the other side. I'm going to put that there. Ooh, we have a little bit more. And so now we kind of have the base of the house. So let's add some doors and windows. Now we've got a really cool door that we're going to add right. We could have the door right in the middle, which I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. We also have a, where is it? We do have a cute little porch door that I think I'm going to add over here. Maybe I won't. Oh, we could add it. No. Oh, we might add that little top though. Let's ink the top of this one and add that on top of our other window. Actually, we're going to add the whole. Look at that. Got a little bit of a fun going on over there. Let's add our door. So I don't know if this is available still in the store, the Heidi Swapp store, but I got it last year, like I said, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I think it is a super fun set. Let's add two big windows. One here. We're gonna put one here. Kind of giving us a little something something there. And then let's get the little windows. Okay. So this is all super fun. I'm loving all of it. Now what we have are some little fences that we could put in front of our windows. Now I'm doing all of this in black. You could choose to do this in a different shades, and we're going to use some Lost Shadow here in a second to add a little bit of texture. I think that's super fun. Oh, it's looking awesome. I'm going to turn this over just to see if there's anything else we wanted. I think the rest is grass, and we do have the only thing that we want to do now is add a little bit of the brick to give a little bit of texture, and we're going to do that in just the Lost Shadow. That is the one thing we're going to use Lost Shadow for. Well, not the one thing. That's the one thing on the house we're going to use Lost Shadow for. So we're going to take that and put it in Lost Shadow. And then particularly here where we have the brick kind of all showing these few places where I put no windows. And then we're just going to do what we've been doing. We're just going to stay up with the ink on only part of the, we're going to go around the other windows. We're going to come back. But you don't want the brick in the windows, right? I mean, that's, and this is just giving it just enough texture so that you can tell that it's got a little brick on there, but not enough texture that you're concerned too much with the color. I missed that one piece. Oh, does look good. Okay, so now we got to figure out what we're going to do up here and up here. And you see it's messy. It's okay. Now, the first thing I want to do is add some background trees behind the house. So I'm going to take this big tree. I'm going to take the shadow when I needed to. Let me wipe that off. I went too high. I'm just going to wipe off. I'm also going to wipe off all the excess there. I'm going to start building a little forest of shadowy trees behind. No, you can't see it that well. Let me see if I turn on the other light. Does that help any? Not really. We're going to add a few got a little bit of a forest there. I do want to add the bats. Now, normally I would just add the bats in black. We're going to add a little bit of Villainous Potion into here just to add a little bit of color. Oh, super fun. Now let's think about what we want to do, what else we want to do on here. I do need to do something right there to kind of cover that up. It's really bothering me. So I do have this one little piece that's kind of a filler piece. I'm going to see if that helps the situation. But I think it does. So that kind of helps fill that little area in. So we made most of our house here. It's looking good. It's pretty fun. You can see my cute little trees and my bat. And let's add a little bit of fun stuff down here. We're going to start by putting that away. We're going to go with the fence. Now, we're going to put this fence, this gate. Now notice part of the reason why we left that one kind of blank is that I could put the fence right there. So we'll get this one really inked up. Awesome. And then let's get the little pieces of the fence and let's go to the right and left of this. Oh, I made a little bit of a gap there. You know what? We'll fill that in with some green grass in just a second. Okay, we got a little fence there. That's super fun. I'm gonna end with a cute little scraggly tree. We're gonna do that one in black. We're also gonna put one scraggly tree right up here. And then we're going to go to the grass. Let me find the grass. Here it is. We got some wispy little grass. We're gonna go to crushed olive. We're gonna add little touches of grass. And the first time we click this grass, it's gonna be a lot, but then we're gonna do a multi-stamp because what we're really trying to do is just add the illusion of some dying grass here. So fun. Okay, now this is where we have a slight problem. And that slight problem is the tombstone from this set is super small. So I want to go to the other set and I want to use this RIP tombstone. I just think it's a better tombstone. They also have a cute little bat on this set, and I certainly want to put a bat up on my, I might actually want to put a bat on my tombstone. And they have an owl. Oh, it's a little wet now, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Super fun. Loving all of this. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, look at that cute little ghost. I think that ghost in a lost shadow is gonna be awesome. And I know you guys can't see the lost shadow as well, but just trust me, it does look super fun. And then we will end this by looking at, I have a crow, I have a mouse, I have a bat. I really like the bat. Actually, that might be an owl. I really like the owl. I'm gonna have this owl sit right here. Look at that. And we're gonna go back to this set. We're gonna get the moon in a fossilized amber. And what goes in the moon? We're going to fly this beautiful witch towards our haunted house. So we have created a very cool background using these wonderful Heidi Swapp stamps. I have Halloween kind of decor there. I'm going to mount this on a black piece of paper, and then we're going to come back and finish a page. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so I'm back. I have added a little bit of splatter around the haunted house. I have one drip there, but we're just going to live with it. And I have picked two pictures from our trip to Disney World, and I'm going to do those and we will finish this page up. I am using, this paper is from the Paige Evans Tricks or Treats collection, and this is just some black cardstock. So I might stop going live and instead I will put you on fast forward. Already gone pretty long, so this is sped up at like 3.5 times speed. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Basically, I took a white piece of card. I mounted both of these photos, one 4x6 horizontal, one 4x6 vertical, and then we are going to embellish. I did want to talk a little bit about this Heidi Swap set. It's absolutely amazing. I had so much fun in this 20 minutes of just building this little background house. I probably could have kept building and just playing with it if I didn't know I had to go live, or that I had to make this video for y'all. There are a lot of fun things in the Paige Evans Trick or Treats ephemera packages. I went through and dug through those and found ones I liked. I picked some things and then I put them down and then I end up changing my mind later, but that's okay because I haven't glued anything down yet. I've got some bats and a spider and the trick or treat banner, which this is like the third layout that I've done with this collection that I have tried really, really hard to use that trick or treat banner. But instead, I want that haunted house. I want a haunted house up there from the collection, and I want spooky vibes only. So I think that is super fun. Right now, what I'm living with is the Happy Halloween up on the right hand corner, and that is slowly going to go away as well. And you're going to see the title come in, which is the title of the event that we went to, which is the Boo to You. It's the Boo to You parade where the Headless Horseman goes out at night and goes through Walt Disney World or Magic Kingdom. And if you have never been, and you love Halloween and not the scary horror Halloween, but the hocus pocus Halloween, this is for you. I just made another cute little vignette with some ghosts and a moon up in the upper left. I'm going to move from the bits and pieces here in a second, and I'm going to move on to the foam sticker sheet. This particular one does not have a chipboard sheet, it has a big foam sticker sheet. And so I'm going to move and put some pieces from that on there after I stick some stuff down. And I really love how this page comes out and comes together. It's mainly about that background stamping. And I did want to do this as kind of my version of background stamping because I didn't know what you'd see from some other people. But for me, this Halloween set was the perfect background stamp. And it so makes me want to like do 5 or 6 more haunted house. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you find it a little bit different. And I am so pleased that you came with me to Stamp It Like It's Hot. I will see you next month. And with that, I will leave you to Boo to You. I hope you had an enjoyable Halloween and talk to you later. Bye bye.